Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tammy and this is Happiness Created. Today I have 3 adorable fall projects for you. I think you're gonna love them all. So let's get started. For this first project, I'm taking 2 of those home decor block pieces and I'm going to cut them down with my tiny little table saw. And I'm going to cut them into 3 separate pieces. So now that I have everything cut, I'm left with the 6 pieces. You can see my puppy, and we had company that day. Our neighbor asked us to babysit her puppy. His name is Kobe. But anyway, so I am taking the Waverly white chalk paint and I am painting 2 pieces in the white. Then I'm going to take the Waverly chalk paint in the color moss and I'm going to paint 2 with that color, and then I am going to take the Waverly in truffle and paint the last 2 in that color. Now I'm going to take the vinyl that I cut out with my Cricut, and I'm just going to cut everything out and do the weeding and get it all prepped to put on the pieces of wood. So, of course, while I'm weeding, I think about the fact that I cut out white vinyl and painted 2 of the blocks white. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try doing some dry brushing with orange just to see if I can make the white vinyl pop off of these 2 particular blocks. So now I'm just taking the transfer tape and I'm going to transfer the vinyl from the backing onto the pieces of wood. Now, as you can see, the white vinyl did not pop after doing the dry brushing on the white blocks, but I am able to fix it and you'll see later on how that's done. But right now I'm just taking some hot glue and I am just going to glue the blocks all together. And now that they're all glued together, I can start adding the embellishments. So I got these little pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. They were in a bag that were, I don't know, I think think there were 5 of them in each bag. So I'm just going to put one on each, and then I am going to start with some floral. So there you can see the white's not working. And then I remember that I have these Arteza paint pens. So I grabbed the bright orange paint pen, and now I am just tracing out all around the vinyl so that I can paint the rest of the white blocks, both white blocks, with the paint pen. And there we go. Ta-da! Perfection. I think they came out super, super cute. Let me know what you guys think. So for this next project, I start by cutting out all of the pieces of the vinyl that I actually cut with my Cricut. It's not a pretty color, but it doesn't matter because I'm just using it kind of as a stencil. So I'm just taking it. They are maple leaves, and I'm just going to take the maple leaves and I'm going to put them on those candy jars. They're the smaller candy jars that can be, sat either like on its bottom or to the side. You know what I mean. You'll see. Anyway, so I just put one leaf on each side of the jars. So now for this first jar, I am taking the color truffle, and I am going to use that for this jar. Now you'll see that I started out with the brush, but I ended up getting those oral dauber things. I don't remember what they're called. Oral swabs, that's what they are. And I use those to dab the paint on. And as you can see for the second one, I used the color Moss in Waverly, or from Waverly. Oi. Anyway, so now that they're all dry, I'm taking the covers off, and I'm going to take the paint and just a brush, and I'm going to go around the bottom rim of the jar because you could still see through it. So I wanted to kind of cover that up. And then you'll see later on that I do take the paintbrush and I go around just the bottom rim of the cover of the jar, if that makes sense. You'll see anyway. And now that all of the paint is dry, I am going to take this twine that I got from Amazon, and I'm starting at the very base of the cover, and I'm going to wrap it around the outside of the cover, and then I will wrap it all the way into the center of the top of the cover. Again, if that makes any sense at all, you'll see. And there you go. Now you see what I was talking about. So, anyway, I do that to the other cover as well. So I found these adorable little picks from the Dollar Tree with little tiny sunflowers. And so I'm just going to take some of the sunflowers, and then I got some of those bags of leaves. And so I decided that I was going to use the burlap leaves. And that's it for this project. I think they're so stinking cute. I ended up putting little tea light candles in there. And for this last project, I am taking one of the small wreath forms that comes in a 2-pack and a wood round that I got at Walmart, and 1.5 packs, I think, of clothespins that I also got at Walmart. And I'm just gonna take the clothespins apart. Now I'm just gonna get ready to paint, putting my little potty pad out. I'm almost out of these. I don't know what I'm gonna do after. Probably just have to use craft paper. But anyway, so I start out with the bright yellow from Apple Barrel, but I'm not really digging the color. So I get the Ceram coat in Crocus Yellow. That was sent to me by Plaid. Thank you, Plaid. And I really liked the color, and it's the first time I've used the Ceram coat, and the coverage is amazing. I think it's a great paint. I will definitely be buying more in the future. But anyways, so I am going to give all of these clothespins just one coat of this Crocus Yellow. And while that part of the clothespin is drying so that I can grab it and paint the other side, I am going to take this wood round, and I'm using the Waverly Truffle again, and I am just going to give that one coat. So while I'm finishing up the clothespins, I end up like splattering some of the yellow onto the wood round, and it looked kind of cool, so I figured I would just run with it. So that's what I did. While the second part of the clothespins is drying, I take the wood round, and in case you didn't know, I recently became a chalk couture designer. And so I am going to be taking one of the transfers, and I am going to use that on the wood round. Now, if anybody has any interest in purchasing or talking to someone about becoming a designer, please feel free to reach out to me. I will give you all of the information that you need to make an educated decision, which of course the right decision would be to buy or become a designer. Anyway, I will have all of the information down in the description box, and so I hope to hear from you. And again, if you're interested in any of it, just let me know. So I am putting the transfer on the wood round, and I am waiting for some supplies to come in. So I am using what came in my kit. So I got this little packet of yellow paint that I am going to be using. A little goes a long way, guys. So this little packet is going to do a few projects. Anyway, so here I am. I am going to just kind of smudge everything on, smear everything on with the little squeegee. And there you go. Looks pretty cute, huh? So now they do sell a wax that you can put on the surface if it is not a chalk couture surface. I did not have that, so sometimes it'll run if you do not have the wax. I would say I got kind of lucky. It didn't really run, it didn't bleed too much. But, anyways, I would suggest getting some type of wax, preferably the chalk couture wax, to use on wood surfaces or any surface that is not chalk couture. Anyhow, so now back to the program. So I'm taking the clothespins and I'm just kind of weaving them in between the 3 rings. And typically I would use the spring to, reassemble the clothespin. But this time I decided I was going to try just hot gluing the clothespins. So anyways, I figured out that I needed 11 in each section. So that's what I did. And then I just took the 3 pieces or the 3 parts of the clothespin that actually touch each other, and I just put a dab of hot glue on each of those sections and then just press the other piece right on it. So once I get the clothespins all situated where they need to be, I'm just going to take a little bit of hot glue and I'm going to place it around the center ring. And then I am going to sit that wreath right on top of the wood round. So I have this sunflower ribbon along with like a cranberry color, and just one that looks like it's like a burlap with like a gold trim. And I'm just going to cut them all in even lengths, and I'm going to just make a very simple bow with all 3 of the ribbons. Now, before I glue that down, I decide to take some of the floral and cut it all off the picks so that I can figure out how I want to arrange the florals along with the ribbon. So I just scatter some of the leaves and some of the floral, and then I use just one of these little pumpkins, and yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna just keep adding some florals until I am happy with how it turns out. And then I do end up just tacking the ribbon down, and I end up cutting it at an angle just so that, again, it's not like flopping all over the place. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of the twine and I'm going to flip it over, and I am going to hot glue the twine in place so that I have a hanger. And that's it for this project. I think it is super, super sweet. I can't wait to hang it up somewhere. Let me know what you guys think. I'd like to thank you all for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I hope that you will consider doing so. And don't forget to hit the bell so that you will be notified every time I upload a video. And share with your family and friends. And I will see you next time. Bye.